Good morning, Elliot.
It is the
Okay.
1st of February. This is Rabbi Furst, and we're doing Pierke Avos.
No pun intended.
And you can record now, and I'll be right back.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, good morning. As Lou said, this is Rabbi Shlomo First here, Yeshiva Tzadmanavshi, here in Yerushalayim, here on Zoom. We are learning Pirkei Avos, the fifth parak, the Maharal Meprag's commentary on the ostensibly the 13th Mishnah there, according to the Maharal Meprag's listings. Yeah, okay, we're in the middle here. We're now at the paragraph beginning of Od Yesh Lefarish. See where it says that there? It's about, I think, perhaps the fifth paragraph there, if you see it. Od Yesh Lefarish. Yeah, who would like to read? Any volunteers this morning to start?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I just had to get a cup of coffee.
Okay. So thanks for volunteering to read.
Oh, I'd love to read.
Roy's
We're up
Roy's
to
taking
Od
that.
What?
Yeah, well, Od Yesh Lefarish, right?
Yesh Lefarish. And additionally, there is to explain
Very
Ki
good.
Lefamim Yesh Bo Shtei Midos Shehu Nadiv Lave Ma'od Kagon Latate Lahakdish Shalo Shayich Bezeh Ra Ayin. So furthermore, there are those who explain sometimes there are two attitudes. What is this word, nadiv?
Nadiv Lev. They're very Ma'od. Nadiv Lev is a person has a very generous heart. Nadiv is a person who's generous. Nadiv Lev Modi has a very generous heart.
So there are two attitudes which incorporate a generous heart, a very generous heart. For example, he gives he gives to sanctify. No, he gives to hektish. And it's not appropriate to say that this is an ayin ra.
Right. Let's, for example, in the case where he's giving to hektish, the lo shaykh b'zeh ra, and in the case where he's giving to hektish, it's not relevant. An aspect of raw ayin, of being meagerly or having a bad attitude towards it. Why? Let's see what he says.
He ra ayin hu shayich lamar she she'aino ra'ah, because an evil eye, it is relevant to say that it's a bad attitude. Shalo Yahani Achar Mimenu Klum Ulafichach Benis Yanas Tzedakah La'achar Ayin Ra. Ino Rea. So that it's not bad. What is Yahani?
To benefit, meaning is he raw ayin who shaykh lomer, to say that he has a bad attitude. This is relevant to speak about she'enoi raw, that he has a bad attitude, that he has a bad attitude, that he doesn't want anyone Yehenna to be benefiting anybody else from his money at all. He doesn't want anybody to benefit from his money at all. That's what it means, having a bad attitude. What in the context of tzedakah, having a bad attitude is that he doesn't want people to have any benefit from his own money.
And therefore, what is this word? Benisyanas?
Lefikach, that benesinis tzedakah, in the giving of tzedakah, la'ache ainara. Therefore, in the giving of tzedakah to somebody else, if he's giving tzedakah to somebody else, so it's possible the concept of a bad attitude, right? Ainara, and he has a bad attitude towards giving somebody else the benefit from his money.
Okay. Pa'amim hu nadiv kol kach, and sometimes he is very generous.
Yeah, like he's so generous. It could be that in certain cases he's so generous.
Shemachria nadivas libo al midas ayin ra she'aino ra'a b'shel acherim. What is shemachria?
That it will literally like tip the scales. It'll decide, right?
He will decide to be
right.
generous of heart regarding his attitude regarding his bad attitude. That his bad attitude is towards his fellow.
Yeah, that the famim who nadiv leiv kokak. There could be cases, there could be situations that he's so generous. Nadiv kokak, he's so generous. Shemakriya nadivis libo al ayin ra, that his generosity will counterbalance. Makriya could be to be counterbalanced, or to decide, counterbalance or decide over his characteristic of having a bad attitude towards giving.
So his generous heart overpowers his ayin ra.
Yeah, ayin ra b'shel acherim, meaning we were learning, that we were understanding the pshat, that the ayin ra b'shel acherim was he was begrudging. He was begrudging other people with what they have, meaning they have the mitzvah, right? They have the mitzvah. They have the mitzvah. And he doesn't want them to have that mitzvah. He wants to have that mitzvah himself.
He's sort of double, what do you call it, when people got two sides to them?
Schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic.
Yeah.
No, he's not two-faced. He's schizophrenic. He's got a streak of generosity and a streak of not niceness.
Right. So okay, yeah, sometimes you have to come to terms with these contradictions in self. Right. So let's just take a look. Let's just look at this. Let's see again. He says that I just want to review this one more time. Oh, yesh lefarish is another way to explain. Ki lefamim yesh bo shtei midos nadiv leiv mo'oid. Sometimes there are two characteristics. On the one hand, he is nadiv lev mode. He's very generous. Kagon l'seis lehektish shalosh shayach b'zayin, that in terms of like he's giving to hektish, and in this case he gives freely, and it's not relevant a bad attitude. Why? Ki ra ayin hu shayach lomer eno ra shalo yihina acher mimenu klum, that he has the bad attitude that nobody else is going to benefit from him or his money at all. Therefore, when it comes to the giving of somebody else, if somebody else gives tzedakah, he could have a bad attitude towards other people giving tzedakah. And other times he could be so generous that's going to overcome it'll overcome his generosity, will overcome his bad attitude in having a bad attitude towards other people giving. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, Roy, sometimes people are confused. Right. Okay. Now what's it gonna amount to? This is how it is expressed. Rotza litain, he wishes to give, but he doesn't want other people to give. So this was the illogical, apparently the illogical attitude of this person. He wants to give, right, but he doesn't want other people to give, right? That and we said that's the pshat was, remember the pshat that the Maharal originally had said was that he since he has such a great nedivis lev, he's so generous, he wants that everybody should have what they need, and therefore he doesn't want other people to give from their own to do good tzedakah, because he doesn't want them to lose out. He wants them to keep what's theirs. So therefore he's happy to give the tzedakah, and he doesn't want other people to give the tzedakah, because he's happy to give tzedakah because he's fulfilling his wish to have people benefit from his money and belongings and possessions. And he doesn't want other people to give because he doesn't want them to be lacking anything. The reason he's giving tzedakah in the first place is he doesn't want to see anybody lacking anything. So therefore, he doesn't want other people to do tzedakah because they'll be lacking if they give tzedakah. So therefore, he doesn't want to give them tzedakah. Let's, okay, so Lou, here we're at this paragraph, the beginning, v'rotzu shehitain v'ein rotzu yitain acheri.
V'rotza sheyitain v'eino rotza sheyitenu acherim. So he wants to give, but he doesn't want others to give. Daha lo shayich ka'asher yitenu acherim nedivas lev v'hu bal ayin hara. So that it's not relevant that when he gives to others, his generous heart. It's not that when he gives to others, it's because he has a generous heart. It's because he has a bad attitude. Ulachach mitzad ayin hara shebo ein rotzeh sheyitenu achirim. And therefore, from the perspective of the bad attitude, that is coming, he doesn't want to give to others.
He doesn't want that other people should give. He doesn't want that other people should.
He doesn't want that other people will give. The hashta shapir rotzeh sheyitain velo yitanu acherim. Excuse me. Ino Ra Bishel Acherim. And now it is proper to want to give and not that others should give.
Yeah, well, hashta havi shapir. Now it's very good. Hashta havi shapir. Now it's very good. What it means in the Mishnah, rotza yitain, he wants to give, meaning he himself he wants to give. Below yitnocher, but he doesn't want other people to give. Why? Because I know Ra b'shalachem, because he has a bad attitude towards others giving. So okay, so we just to let's try and go back and see the summary here, the conclusion here of this particular point. It says here, it says here, he wants to give, but he doesn't want that other people should give. Because it's not possible that when other people are when other people are giving, the diva slave who bal ayin ra. It's not possible that when there should be other people giving, that there is generosity, and at the same time that he should be a bal ayin ra. He should have he should possess a bad attitude. Meaning, the whole point is that when other people are giving, right, that other people are also giving as a form of generosity, right? So when other people are giving, that it's incongruous that he should be possess a bad attitude towards this. L'kach, therefore, mitzad ayin rashabo, because of the bad attitude he has, right? The bad attitude he has is because he doesn't want others to give. He doesn't want others to give because of his bad attitude. And again, remember, what was the bad attitude? The bad attitude was, meaning it wasn't an evil attitude. I mean, a bad attitude, right? This is coming out to be more clear in the morale here. The bad attitude doesn't have to be an evil attitude, a diabolical attitude. But the bad attitude is when, as he said originally, in terms of giving tzedakah, those obligations we had there, Morale said at the very beginning, we're talking about 4 types of obligations and 4 types of people that are obligated in tzedakah, right? They're obligated in tzedakah. So you have this category that we're talking about now, that he wants to, there's a person who's obligated to tzedakah that he should give, but he doesn't want other people to give. And that makes it an ayin ra b'shel acherim. In the obligation to give tzedakah, he has a bad attitude. Where does this person have a bad attitude in his obligation to give tzedakah? Because he's so generous. This person is so generous that he wants to give and he doesn't want other people to give. So how is it a bad attitude that he doesn't want to give other people to give? Because as we said, that he's going to feel as if other people are losing out by giving tzedakah. He doesn't want people to lose out. He doesn't want people to be lacking anything. So that's why he's motivated to do tzedakah. He's fulfilling his obligation of doing tzedakah because he wants people to have what they need, right? So therefore, he's willing to give. He wants to give because he wants other people to have what they need. And for the same reason, right, that he's doing the tzedakah, for the same reason he's being benevolent and he's being a beneficiary to people, the same reason is causing him to decide that he has doesn't want other people to give, because by giving, they're going to be losing out. By giving that money to tzedakah that those people have, they're going to be lacking that amount of money. So that's it. But that's in essence a bad attitude, right? Because really, the essence of giving tzedakah is that if a person gives, he's not going to lose out anything. So this person has a bad attitude that he's not favorable towards the obligations of other people, that they should fulfill their obligations to give tzedakah. So that's a bad attitude in terms of not wanting people to fulfill their own obligations.
I think possibly we all can all know somebody in the other three categories, but I don't think I know anybody in this category.
Yeah.
Seems to be a category that's not very prevalent, not around
Yeah.
much.
Could be.
You know.
Again, as we mentioned yesterday, he's not a chassid. This is not the highest level. This is not the. It's a bit. It beds him. The truth is, he has a bad attitude. He's making a mistake here, right? His mistake is he doesn't realize that people benefit really from giving tzedakah. They're not going to lose out from giving tzedakah. This person's bad attitude rests in the fact that he thinks if they're going to give up their money and spend it and give tzedakah with the money, so they're going to be lacking something on their own. But it's not true. A person gives tzedakah, Hashem will make sure that he won't be lacking. In most cases, generally speaking. Okay, let's go to the next point. Kasha.
Kasha, the ma lo yitain v'yitanu acherim, aino ra'a b'shalo ulama lo nikra rasha shehare monea atzmo min hatzdaka. Does this mean it's difficult or that it's a question?
The kasha means a question. Yeah, kasha means a question. It's difficult, meaning it's difficult to understand, meaning there's a question here.
Oh, okay, got it. That what the one that does not give let's see, lo yitain v'yitanu acherim. He doesn't give, and he doesn't want others to give. It's a bad attitude for himself. I'm not following the flow of this. What is this?
So again, kasha lama lo yitain v'yitnei acherim aina rabbi shalom. Meaning, what is it? It's difficult to understand when we're referring to this other type of obligation to give tzedakah that lo yitin, he does not give, right? V'yitnei acherim, but other people, his attitude is okay towards other people's giving, but his attitude is bad for himself. He has a bad attitude towards himself, right? Lo yitain v'yitnu acherim ainu ro b'shalo, meaning he doesn't give, but others give. That's a bad attitude towards himself. Malama lo nikra Russia.
So we're switching to a different midah here.
Yes, we're going on to another one, right? There are two middle ones, right? The one Ratza Litain, he wants to give, but other people shouldn't give. That's one middle characteristic. And then you have this one we're dealing with now, Lo Yitin, he doesn't give, but others people gives, right? That's considered Ayin Ra B'Shaloi. And then those are the two middle categories. Then you have the extremes, the one who's a chassid and the one who's a rasha, on the opposite ends of the spectrum, right? So here, this is the second of the two middle moderate attitudes.
Okay, and why do we not call him a Russia?
Oh, meaning
That we see that moneh atzmo min hatzdaka. What's moneh?
when he's refraining, he's refraining him. He's holding himself back from tzedakah.
He's not giving it tzedakah. So why don't we call him a bad person?
Right.
Umipnei shehu rotzeh sheyitenu acherim. Since that he wants that others should give, v'chi bishvil zeh, because of this, yatsa miyadei rashaso. He goes out from the category of wickedness. The gam ze ein kashia ki ein hachona sheomer sheyitenu acherim rak hu mish tadel b'chol kocho u matriach atzmo ma'od sheyitenu acherim. And also this is not a difficulty, since he does not kona is to acquire.
That he's not. A kavona, ain't a kavona. He's gamze ain't kasha. He says who, since gamze ain't kasha, it's not a kasha. Ki ain't a kavona. The kavona here is not his intention is ain't because his intention is not shomer eating a kerim that others should give. Raku mishtadol bekokoko v'mtrech atzmo od shitnu a kerim. Rather that he's trying his very best and hardest that other people should give. Again, let's see what this means. Again, kasha lama lo yitnin acherem ein arai v'shalo lama lo nikra Russia. Why isn't this person called a Russia? Shayu monea asmumin etzagim, because he's withholding himself from doing tzedakah. A person's withholding himself from doing a mitzvah, from doing a tzedakah, he should be called a Russia for that. And so why not? Since he does want other people to give, and because of the simple fact that he wants other people to give, that takes him out of that's Yotzi Midei Rishoso. It takes him out of the category of being a Russia. Right? This is also another kasha. Ki ein hakavana she'omer yitnu cherim. It's not that the intention when it says that others people should give. Rakhu mishtadol b'kol kol u'matriach atzmo ma'od yitnu cherim. Rather that it's he himself is going to be the one who's going to go out and put forth efforts that other people should give. So I guess
he's going to put forth efforts that other people should give.
Other people should give, right? Because again, this characteristic is right. Lo yitain v'yitnu acherim. He doesn't give, but other people should give, right?
Right. So he's a fundraiser.
You might call him that. Maybe he's putting forth efforts that other people should give, but he himself is not giving. Could be, could be.
So because he's putting forth those efforts, we don't call him a bad person.
Right, because he's putting forth efforts that allow other people to give, so that takes him out of the category of being a Russia, even though he himself is not giving. Let's see what he says further. Yeah, we have time. Roy Shir Nikra Russia. It's not fit that he should be called a Russia. Gavna in this case.
Kihai Gavna in this case. She'ain Rasha Rak Mi Shehu Ra the Brios. That he's not a bad person. He's only someone who is bad to the people, to people.
Right. That here he's saying here in terms of when do you label a person a Russia, right? Ein Roy Shir Nikra Russia. It's not befitting that he should be called a Russia. In this case, Shane Russia Rak Mishahu Ra Labrius. In this case, it's only going to be referring to someone who's a Russia if he's going to be bad to other people. He's going to be bad to other people. Because there ain't a Russia Labrius.
The bad to other people. Okay.
Yeah, raw Labrius. That's bad to other people. He's doing bad. The Russia in this context, we're talking about a Russia to someone who's doing bad to other people.
Is there Aino Russia the Rabos the Barrios Rak Tov the Brios. And this one is he's not bad to others. Only he's good to others. Rather, he's good to others. Shaharei matriach ma'od sheyitenu achirim. What is matriach?
This person's only doing good for people, right?
Right.
He's going and putting forth very great efforts that other people should give, right? But however, his bad attitude is towards himself. He has a bad attitude towards himself.
Bishvil kach Eino rotze sheyitain aval Rasha lo shayich lik ro so kevan shehu mishtadel sheyitenu achirim. So he doesn't want to give, but saying he's bad is not relevant. It's not relevant to call him that, since he is trying. He's putting forth efforts that other people should give.
Right, right. He has a bad attitude towards himself. I mean, he's being detrimental towards himself and his own best interests. Because he has a bad attitude towards himself, that's why he doesn't want to give. But it's not appropriate to call him a Russia, because he in fact is putting forth efforts that other people should give. Okay.
The yesh makashim b'seifa dekamar yitain v'yitanu acherim chasid, and there are those that I'm sorry, that it says in the end.
Well, v'yesh makshim b'sefer. Those who ask in the sefer in the last part of the Mishnah.
Oh, in the sefer. Okay, those who ask in the sefer, the last part of the Mishnah, that it says he gives and he wants others to give. He's a chassid.
It's a chassid, right? The Mishnah said yitain, he gives. We noacherim, others give. That's he's wanting to give himself, and he wants other people to give. Chassid is a chassid. So there are those that ask the question here.
Ma chasidus yesh kan hare mechoyev sheyitain tzedakah. What's the righteousness that there is here? We see he's giving tzedakah. What is this mach vayiv?
That here, that the question is, what's when he is giving and others give? So what's the great piousness? What's the great devotion here? Yesh kan. He's obligated to give tzedakah, right? So a person who fulfills his obligation is not referred to as a chassid, right? A chassid is somebody who's going beyond what he's expected to do, right?
Right.
So the question is, excuse me?
So what's the big deal?
Right. What's the chassidus here? He's giving and other people are giving. Very good. That's the way it's supposed to be. So as he says, ma chassidus yesh kan. What great piety, what great devotion is here. So he's obligated to give tzedakah. B'shvil shemakayim mitzvah tzedakah ein roy shir nikra chassid rak ein a rasha. And the fact that he's fulfilling his mitzvah of giving tzedakah, it's not appropriate to call him a chassid. Rak shein a rasha. Just call him he's not a rasha. That's what the questions. There are questions. They ask this question. This question is being asked, right? This question is being asked. Right. That he shouldn't, and just don't call him a Rashi, but to call him a chassid, that's going to an extreme, giving him a lot of credit for something which he's obligated to do. So, aval
lefi ma she perushanu lo yikasha klau. But because of this, that we explain, it's not difficult at all. Ki ma she'amar yitain v'yitanu acherim. Because the one that says that he gives and others should give also, hayinu shehu mishtadel b'chol kocho sheyitanu acherim, because he's also working hard to see that other people give. He's not just sitting back and saying, yeah, you can give and I'll give. He's saying, I'll give and I'm going to work hard to see that other people give.
Right.
Matriach v'yaseh acherim sheyitanu. What's matriach?
He's going to be matriach. He's going to put forth great efforts. He's going to be distressed and troubled over having other people give as well. He's not just going to sit back and give himself, but he's going to, and he's not just going to be pleased with the fact that other people are giving, but no, he's going to put forth great efforts and matriach. He's going to put forth and strive. He's going to strive that other people to see that other people give as well.
V'haya dai she yomar ani etain ma shehat.
Hashem Yisbarach. That's Hashem Yisbarach.
That Hashem tiva osi. Okay, so it's and it is sufficient that he says, "I am giving that which Hashem commanded me." Aval litroach atzmi sheyitenu acherim kevan shekavar asiti hamutal alai. But he's troubling himself that others should give, since that already he gave. No, he made asisi umutal is his obligation.
Yeah, that which is incumbent upon him, right?
So he already did do what was incumbent upon him. Now he's going beyond that. V'kihai gavna, and in this case, Eino mechiyuv rak hu midas chasidus, and in this case, he's not obligated, and therefore it's a midah of righteousness.
Right. That it's not just enough that he should say that I'm going to give according to what Hashem has commanded me to give, but to go ahead and to trouble myself that other people should go out and give as well. I've already fulfilled what I'm supposed to done and what's obligated for me to do, right? But no, he says no. In this case, I'm not mechuyev. Rak midas chasidus, to go beyond what he's supposed to go and give, and to now encourage with great efforts that other people should also give. So that's a midas chasidus already. That's going beyond the letter of the law, and for that it's appropriate to call him a chassid. Right. Okay. Good. Fine. Nice. Very good, Lou. Well, let's stop here. We'll continue on tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. Okay. We'll start the Mr. Brewish here in a few moments. Roy, have a good afternoon. Hope to see you tomorrow.
You.
And we'll take a little bit break now and continue soon on. Thank you.